Okay, this is the Game is on 100 here with a video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Bears, Madden NFL 13 wide receivers. Let's get started. The Chicago Bears, for their wide receivers, majority of all the Bears wide receivers are in the 70s, and there's one of the high ones we all know for sure. That Brandon Marshall overall rating is a 91. He's down 2 points from last year's rating. He is right now ranked the 14th best wide receiver in the Madden NFL game. I know Brandon Marshall is the top 10 wide receiver, but they base this by receivers as and tight ends as well. That's why they have these ratings like this by the overall ratings. But you know, Brandon Marshall is like one of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL, no doubt. But that's just the Madden and their ratings, how they got it settled out. The only other receiver that's got a higher number in the higher 70s was Kellen Davis. His was a 78. Then you had Earl Bennett, Devin Hester were 77s. Johnny Knotts is a 75. Eric Weems was a 75 or 73. Devin Thomas was a 73 as well, but he retired with the Bears. But on the Manning game, he's going to be on the roster for the Bears. And Alshon Jeffrey, as a shock, was at a 71 rating for the Manning game. So those are the Bears wide receivers for the Manning NFL game. Of course, we knew Brandon Marshall was going to be high up on the list in the 90s for ratings because of how that wide receiver is. Maybe next year that the Bears could get it a little bit more echelon in for wide receivers. Hopefully that Alshon Jeffrey has a good year. Earl Bennett, Devin Hester, those guys has a good year, and their ratings will go up next year for the Manning game, hopefully. But I'm just fair. I'm just disappointed in with giving Alshon Jeffrey only a 71 overall, even though he was a second round draft pick, but he was like the steal of the wide receivers in the NFL draft when the Bears drafted him. That was the steal. The Bears were surprised that Alshon Jeffrey lasted that long into the second round, and the Bears knew they had to get the guy for Jay Cutler. So I'm seeing good things. So I can see good things from Alshon Jeffrey coming up this year, and if he has a good season, his ratings is going to be going up next year for Madden for next year's game. Um, I was shocked that Kellen Davis, they gave him a 78 for receiving as a tight end, but they gave Devin Hess and Earl Bennett are the same at a 77. Johnny Knotts is 75. Eric Weems is 73. Devin Thomas is 73. Alshon Jeffries is 71. So majority of all the Bears receivers are in the 70s for this year. But hopefully the ratings will get better when the season progresses, because whenever you update your rosters, that the ratings always changes with the updated rosters that you put on your game. So basically for the Bears, the only bright spot was a 91 overall for Brandon Marshall, the 14th best receiver in the game for wide receiver tight end's sake. For that sake. But we all know Brandon Marshall was a top 10 wide receiver. I know that, and other people knows that as well. So that was just the Madden 13 wide receiver ratings that were released earlier in the week. They released the quarterbacks and the running backs. The quarterbacks. Jay Cutler is ranked the 15th best quarterback in Madden. He's the 15th ranked quarterback in Madden right now. Um, Jason Campbell And as a backup, he's got a good rating for a backup. His rating is a 79. Last year, his rating was an 83 last year. So he went down 4 points to be a 79 overall for a backup quarterback. That is pretty good. Um, Matt Forte is the sixth best running back in the NFL, and along in the with the 93, and Michael Bush overall is an 83 rating as well for a backup running back is pretty good as well. So basically, from that standpoint, the Bears got a good running tandem. They got the quarterback, you know, so that could be those ratings are going to reflect when the ratings when the season progress. So that was just a little bit of Chicago Bears Madden 13 ratings. I may do a video next week when they release the defensive ratings and see what the Bears defensive players rank in the ratings. So there you go. This is the Game is on 100. I am out. Later.